how's prep been for the game?
It was good. I mean, today was like a half practice, half walk, and just for the short week. So I thought it was a good day today. Tomorrow will be a walk and Thanksgiving, and then we'll go play.
How challenging is it when you have Thanksgiving and people with their families or whatever they're doing on top of the short week?
Yeah, I mean, like I tell the guys, it takes what it takes. We know what it takes to win football games, to prepare for a football game. Short weeks, you still got to put in that work on your own to get yourself in a mindset that you feel comfortable on Friday night, and it takes what it takes.
Kenny, we saw some players out at the St. Mary's Food Bank over the past week. One of the players mentioned that you made a pretty sizable donation yourself. I know you don't like to confirm things like that, but what does it say about the team that they're out doing those things?
Yeah, it's awesome that those guys wanted to, raise money for the organization, and then not only raise money for the organization, go physically do the act of, passing out the turkeys to everybody. I think that's, one of the goals and our number one goal of our program: be a good person, make good decisions, have more fun working harder than anybody in the country. And, winning and losing games is great, but I think these guys becoming good people and growing up as people has always been a priority for me. Unfortunately, I'll get judged off winning and losing externally. I'll get judged off, man, we got awesome kids internally. And that's just as important to me.
It's been like to see that the team-wide growth of this better people from guys when they first come into the program and to see them grow.
Yeah, that's what it's about. I mean, it's about seeing a guy come in and learn himself. I think that's what it is. I think this program is not about, making you different. It's about, okay, everybody's different. We let you be different. How can you be yourself and also be the best version of yourself? Not the best version of what I want, the best version of you. And I think we try to give these guys the ability to be themselves and, learn how they can be the best version of themselves, because every person's different. So it's really cool to see guys, kind of grow up these last few years.
I think I asked you this question last year too, but what are you grateful this time around?
I'm grateful that just this team and, the passion they play with, and they find ways, and just like the brotherhood that the team has. I think it's special, and it's fun to be around guys who love football. I'm thankful for that. I mean, this can be a grueling profession if you make it one. Absolutely grueling and taxing and horrible. And I think we got a group of people around us that make it a joy.
Coach, Wadley has a sack in 4 straight games, I believe. Just how much have you seen from him as growth-wise as a player and as a leader?
Yeah, that's a guy kind of what I was talking about in terms of, he's got no, knock on wood, personal foul penalties this year. Now he's a guy who had some of those last year, but his growth and maturity, he's still playing with that passion, but you're just not getting those after the whistle penalties because he's found himself. He's found how to play with that passion, but also control that passion. And to see him playing his best football at the end of this thing is really fun to see.
You mentioned carrying yourselves with joy with the jersey swaps today and all the fun they were having with that. What does that kind of do for the joy?
Yeah, I didn't even know they were doing that. I just came out and I'm like, something wrong. I don't know everybody's number. So I was like, is something wrong? And I'm like, that's not your number. Right? Well, you're in the wrong color jersey, right? You're an offense. Miles, you're in whatever. So it's fun that they wanted to do that on their own. It just shows you that they appreciate the moment they're in. That we didn't have to say anything, that they are aware and they appreciate, these last days of this team kind of together. The last time we're going to take the field together in our home stadium, that they're aware and they appreciate it.
Now the most important question, turkey or ham?
Turkey. Yeah. Kind of rhetorical, I think.
Yeah, just for shits and giggles.
No doubt. Turkey.
You have a favorite side dish?
Mashed potatoes and gravy. I just do turkey, mashed potatoes, and gravy. I'm very, very boring.
What kind of pie?
Apple or pumpkin. But if you get pumpkin, you got to have really good whipped cream. You can't have pumpkin with a bad whipped cream. It's got to be an elite level whipped cream. Pumpkin or apple with an elite level whipped cream.
Arizona's defense had a pretty remarkable turnaround. When you look at them, what makes them so effective this year?
Yeah, well, one, they have a lot of veterans back there. They have a lot of guys who played a lot of snaps, whether it was there in the history there or whether it is, transferring in. So their back end is really good. And then their front, Coach Gonzalez does a great job causing chaos. I mean, that's what you do. Rocky Long, Coach Gonzalez, like that history in that tree is stop the run. We blitz to stop the run and we challenge you outside. Like it's like that, like what that video, no easy buckets. Like that's how he plays defense. No easy buckets. Like you ain't getting gimmies on us. Like we're going to attack. We're going to play defense with an offensive mentality, as somebody that I used to work for used to say. And that's how I think how they play is they want to be the aggressor. They want to be on offense even when they're on defense. So I think all of that, I mean, I think they're one of the top 5 turnarounds in college football defensively. And you can see it on the tape. I mean, they're fast, physical, they play really hard, they run to the ball. They do the stuff that wins right. Tackle, run to the ball, create turnovers. Usually win a lot of games and play a lot of good defense when you do those core things correctly.
This matchup already as high stakes as is, but both teams are now ranked in the CFP rankings. I guess how does that just add even more to it?
Yeah, awesome for the fans and the environment and the narrative. Doesn't really change us and how we prepare, how we're going to play. But it is cool for, the state to have 2 really good football programs. And unfortunately, I know one team's going to win, one team's going to lose. Like, that sucks. Both teams had phenomenal seasons. Both teams had great seasons. Now we have a second season. And, this is like, I call it the walking around season. Like, you're either going to walk around and see somebody with the opposing team's colors and, like, turn your head, or you get to walk around and be like, hello, right, for the next year. That's it. But the season both teams had, I think, are really phenomenal, and I think people got to appreciate what both teams have done all year, regardless of the game. This is just a in-state, one-game season. The other season, the preseason, I think both teams had unbelievable preseasons.
You guys good?
Thank you.
Thank you, Coach.